Good morning Year 5 and welcome back to day 2 of our second week of fractions. So here are your answers from yesterday. If you keep the video rolling, there will be a still image which you can freeze on if you want to go through your answers. And if you had something which you had particular trouble with and you're not sure where you went wrong, then please do upload it to the blog and one of us will try to get back to you with some suggestions. Okay, moving on. So today we're looking at multiplying fractions with each other. Okay, so yesterday we were looking at multiplying by a whole number. Today we're looking at multiplying by another fraction. Now there are two ways of saying this. Half of 3/5 is the same as saying half times 3/5. So I'm just going to do a visual for you of why the answer is what it is. So I'm going to start by just shading in 3/5. So there's my 3/5. And then I want to have half of that 3/5. So I'm going to shade in the same 3/5 on this model underneath. And then I'm going to get half of it. So actually I'll use a red so you can see it. So this is half of the bit I had already shaded. Okay, so that bit there is half of my original 3/5. And to get the answer for that, well, we've got 10 equal parts here and we've shaded 3 of them red. So half of 3/5, which is the same as half times 3/5, is 3/10. So the only extra bit you need to know for the abstract is what has essentially happened is we've multiplied the numerators, 1 times 3 is 3, and we've multiplied the denominators. 2 times 5 is 10 to give us the answer. Now we do know about commutative law when we do multiplication, so I'm just going to prove to you why that works with this as well. So I've done half times 3/5. I'm now going to do 3/5 times a half just to show you slightly different. So I'm going to start by shading in my half, and I'm going to shade half of this one as well. There it is. And then I need to find 3/5 of this, so 3 parts out of 5 equal parts gives me that. That part is 3/5 of a half, so 3/5 of a half is the same as 3/5 times a half. I've shaded 3 boxes out of 10, which is the same as saying my numerators are 3 times 1 and my denominator is 5 times 2. So I get 3/10. And that is why it looks like that. Okay, so that's the visual to help you understand what you're doing. Essentially, yesterday we were doing the same thing because a fraction, I'll just show you quickly before we go on to this next one. A fraction, a whole number is just a fraction over 1. So yesterday when we were taking, for example, 3 times 2/9, we could say that 3 is 3 parts out of 1 equal part. You can write 3 as that. Okay, so then we essentially did the same thing. 3 times 2 is 6, and 1 times 9, remember the denominator stayed the same, multiplying by 1 keeps it the same, is 6/9, and then of course we could simplify that down into 2/3. Okay, just to show you the relationship to what we did yesterday. One more example then, we'll just do the abstract with this one. So 3/10 of 5/9 is the same as saying 3/10 times 5/9. I'm going to multiply my numerators and multiply my denominators. 3 times 5 is 15. 10 times 9 is 90. Now I've spotted already that those are both multiples of 5, so I'm going to divide them both by 5. 15 divided by 5 is 3. Remember, if you don't know your tables, there are ways you can work it out if you want to. And then 90 divided by 5. Well, 90 divided by 10 would be 9, and then I double it, so it's 18. And then I've spotted again there's another common factor here. So they both are in the 3 times table, so that turns into 1/6. Okay, so hopefully that was enough examples. Do watch the video again because it is quite a complex concepts if you need to, and then here are yours to have a go at for tomorrow, and I will come back with the answers.